So you had a major decision that was just handed down by the Colorado Court of Appeals, not the Supreme Court, but the Court of Appeals. And apparently the Supreme Court, they said that there's only a couple weapons that could be deadly weapons, which if they do believe that, then they're incorrect. But they're talking about fire. Is fire a deadly weapon? Is fire a deadly weapon? So you have this man from Grand Junction, Joshua Strickler. Joshua Strickler had tried to blow up the building. He had like a bunch of gas. Let's see. When firefighters came to the apartment complex in June 2017, they found that a gas stove top was lit, had burnt clothes piled on top, and behind it, they found a portable grill that also had been lit, and it was placed underneath the gas line. So he was going to burn the place down with the burnt clothes. It was already burnt, right? And then the portable grill was under the gas line. So he was going to blow the whole damn apartment complex up. So they're going to convict him. They're going to give him 52 years in prison for attempted first-degree extreme indifference murder, attempted first-degree arson, attempted criminal mischief. And so this case had to do with merging the criminal mischief with the arson charge and some other shit. Anyways, the question of fire being a deadly weapon came up. And the appeals court says that yes, fire is a weapon. Here is what Judge Matthew Grove had wrote in his, I guess, majority opinion, joined by Judges Anthony Navarro and Nettie Pawar. Needy Pawar. Fire falls within the scope of this definition of weapon. It's been used in war for millennia. It can be used to destroy, defeat, or physically injure others because there is ample evidence presented to support a finding that Strickler's use of fire rendered it capable of producing death or serious bodily injury. We conclude that the evidence was sufficient to support his conviction for the crime of violence sentence enhancer. So don't forget, crime of violence. If you assault somebody, that's a crime of violence, and you'll have a sentence enhancer. They'll double your sentence. Unless it's vehicular manslaughter, unless you kill a person with your car, that is not a crime of violence. So if you're going to go out, why just smack somebody, Now, I don't understand why there's a discrepancy between what is a deadly weapon, what is a dangerous weapon, what does common sense say is a dangerous and deadly weapon. The Supreme Court, thinks only a knife and a gun? Is that all the Supreme Court? Just a knife and a gun, huh? Well, let's look at Colorado law. So, dangerous weapon versus a deadly weapon. According to CRS 1812-102, a dangerous weapon is a firearm silencer, a machine gun, a short shotgun, a short rifle, and or a ballistic knife. And that's it. Just those 5 weapons: a firearm silencer, machine gun, short shotgun, short rifle, ballistic knife. So when it comes to the legal definition of what's a dangerous weapon, there's no other dangerous weapons to even consider. Those are the only 5 dangerous weapons in the Colorado legal world. I mean, a refrigerator, or an anvil fallen, or a gun or a knife is a deadly weapon, but they're not dangerous weapons, right? So a gun or a knife can bring about death, but they're not dangerous, legally speaking, in Colorado. A firearm silencer, machine gun, short shotgun, short rifle, ballistic knives are dangerous weapons, but a bazooka, not a dangerous weapon. A tank, not a dangerous weapon. A grenade, not a dangerous weapon. Just those 5 weapons: short rifles, short shotguns, ballistic knives, a machine gun, and most especially a firearm silencer. Those are the only dangerous weapons in Colorado's legal world. Now, a blackjack, a gas gun, or metallic knuckles, they're illegal weapons. So you got dangerous weapons, you got deadly weapons, and then you got illegal weapons. But those are the only 3 illegal weapons. That's it. Just those 3. Blackjack, gas gun, metallic knuckles. Those are the only illegal weapons. But they're illegal, but they're not that illegal. They're class 1 misdemeanor illegal. They're not class 4 and 5 illegal like the dangerous weapons are. So if you have a blackjack, a gas gun, or metallic knuckles, if you got illegal weapons, that's just class 1 misdemeanor. But if you have dangerous weapons, a firearm, silencer, machine gun, short shotgun, short rifle, or ballistic knife, well, that's a class 5. That's class 4 illegal, and then class 5 for each subsequent charge. Something like that. Now, for crimes of violence, CRS 181901 -3-E, 181901-3E, a deadly weapon is a firearm, loaded or unloaded, or a knife, or a bludgeon, or any other weapon, device, instrument, material, or substance, whether animate or inanimate, that in the manner is used or intended to be used is capable of producing death or serious bodily injury. So your car's a weapon, you know, your vehicle is definitely a weapon. Anything that can bring about death or serious, a plane, a car, right? You saw 9/11, right? So death or serious bodily injury. And it's any weapon, device, instrument, material, or substance, whether animate or inanimate, which means to bring to life. There's case law, 2004, People v. Sean. This is another Colorado appeals court decision. 2004, the People v. Sean. Sean apparently had used his seeming HIV status as a threat. He was scratching and he was saying, you know, he's like, I got HIV. So, you know, you better keep your hands off me. And they said I don't even know if Sean had HIV. But the fact that he was using it as a threat, the Colorado Supreme Court said that is a deadly weapon. HIV is a deadly weapon. So really any goddamn thing's a deadly fucking weapon, right? A butcher knife, a butter knife, anything that looks like a butter knife, a pin. Is that a pin? It looks like a knife. It could be a gun. Anything that's used in a manner that could be used or capable of producing death or serious bodily injury is a weapon. So any goddamn thing's a fucking deadly weapon. Animate or inanimate, meaning brought to life. So like being used or not used. Is that a butter knife on the table? I felt like he was threatening me with that damn butter knife. Just sitting on the table right in the middle. Just vehicular homicide, not a crime of violence. An assault, that's a crime of violence, not vehicular homicide. So if you want to save yourself from the crime of violence enhancements, make sure you run the person over. Don't smack them. I mean, if you're going to go out, you got to go out smart. So fire is considered a deadly weapon. Fire. So added that decision now to your understanding of Colorado canon law. For all you lawful people, right? All the people that are like, you know what? I live in this state. I'm going to follow the law here. But I do wonder about how come illegal weapons are just 3 weapons and dangerous weapons are just 5 weapons and deadly weapons are really 1, 2, or every weapon. How come the legal definition is different from the actual definition? How come common sense, like, that's a deadly weapon, that's not a deadly weapon? Well, it doesn't fit the letter of the law. But is that a dangerous and deadly weapon? Well, of course it is, but it doesn't follow the letter of the law. Can we get a dose of common sense, maybe? Can we throw some common sense into Colorado law? Is that fire is now considered a deadly weapon? Fire was already considered a deadly weapon. If a person's pretend HIV is a deadly weapon, a firearm loaded or unloaded, because that was a big important case law. Well, he was just, he went into the clerk and pointed a gun at the clerk, pointed a gun at the people in the elevator because he was chasing some madman that had threatened him or some shit. but it wasn't loaded. So how could he actually be? How's that a crime? That weapon wasn't even loaded. Nobody was literally in any danger at all. Nope. An unloaded fire, you can't go around. And then a knife, bludgeon, or any other weapon, device, instrument, material, substance, whether animate or inanimate, he could have hit them with the damn gun, right? It's made of steel. So an unloaded gun, that's a kind of weapon. Maybe not death, but serious bodily injury. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, an illegal weapon is a blackjack, a gas gun, a metallic knuckle in the state of Colorado. A dangerous gun is a machine gun. It's a machine gun, or it's a firearm silencer, a short shotgun, short rifle, or a ballistic knife. You can only have butter knives in Colorado. You can't have one of them fancy, ballistic. Is that a Swiss Army knife? You can't have a Swiss Army knife? A ballistic, or like a Rambo knife. Is that what you mean? Like a Rambo? Like a Bowie knife? A Bowie knife? A Bowie, a Davy Crockett knife? One of them Crockett's? Who knows how to say Bowie? Bowie? Okay, so there you go. Fire is now a dangerous weapon in the state of Colorado. If you're thinking about using fire as a weapon and you're like, you know what? It's not it is. It is. Fire is a deadly weapon. Fire consumes and destroys like 95% of everything. Common sense dictates that fire is a deadly weapon. Right? Huh? There's nobody over there?